Welcome. Welcome to this space. Normally, this is a free service day, and today I wanted to do the energy report of June. I'm not the expert on astrology, but I learn a bit. So if you think you better than me, just comment on it, and I will appreciate your feedback. But I wanted to do it because June has so many dates and changes that maybe we'll explain what we're going through. If you are so kindly to let me know if the sound is good with a like or an emoji, I would appreciate it. I already purchased a new microphone because I burned them, but meanwhile I guess I have already the one that I already had. So if you guys can let me know that the sound is good, and if you are in need of healing, if you have a question, please let me know, and I'm going to do my best to share wisdom from your guys through these live. And look, June 3, if it is June 3 in whatever part of the world, we go Mercury retrograde in Taurus. I don't know if that is a correct pronunciation. So be kind with yourself, but also be kind with each other, because sometimes as empath, a tendency it is to be moody or make things higher than they already are. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for you guys to let me know that the sound is good. Please do it with an emoji if you can. And to give me a second if the sound is good, and at the same time that I can see your questions, because I cannot see them yet. Give me a second. I'm going to wait so I can see your questions. Look guys, Mercury retrograde, it isn't anything to be scared about. This is just a time for us, this is the way that I understand it, to step back a little bit in the areas especially that we feel sound is good. Thank you, Sue, appreciate it. Especially in the areas that we would like to feel better. And at the same time, we have the summer solstice this month, and then right after that, like couple weeks, we're gonna have the Lion's Gate, that is going to be the 8/8. That is when the star system of Sirius is aligned. Welcome. Is aligned with Earth. So every cosmic date help us to have extra energy, that if we ground it, anchor, and channel it into our own desires, we can use it for manifestation. But if you feel you are not in the right side of your day, recalibrate. And this month is going to be all about love, gentle, and your divine feminine, because we have the influence of Cancer, and Cancer, they are very like home-like and feeling protected and feeling like loving, and at the same time their intuition is huge and they tend to be very sensitive. So be aware about all of those influences. For example, the 5th, we have Saturn in retrograde, and that it is what will complement what I was saying. It's about boundaries, it's about responsibility, it's about taking discipline, about what I'm complaining, the grievances that I have, thank you, from the life that I have, but at the same time being conscious about what I can change, so those grievances disappear, and I can have a better day, and then a better day, and then a better day, and then a better day. Yes. And then this month, the 11th of the month, we're gonna have Venus and Uranus in the North Node, and there are lots of twin flame romantic partnerships being recalibrated. sexual traumas, people that have gone through sexual traumas and being like betrayal, abuse, and relationship love, that maybe could be happening to you or to anyone you know. And it is because we also have the influence June 15, that it is March, and Sharon, that is Sharon, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly in English, but it's all about wounds that I don't even want to go there. That hurts like a what? Maybe aligned with karma, maybe aligned with my ancestors, things that happened another time. And Mars is action. And at the same time, we have the sun in June, and sun represents the father. It's doing, but doing with responsibility, discipline, direction. I don't know if that makes sense. It feels like Cancer as a water sign that is all about emotion and love and sensitivity, and then the sun all about structure. It's kind of how divine feminine and divine masculine and finding a new alignment. And this is what I feel is going to be the influence for this summer solstice that is going to be the 21 of June. And I'm gonna do a live. I already put the event and the calendar, and I would like to channel a light language activation. So whatever you guys are to, if you would like to join me on that date, I put it at 4:44 Pacific time in the afternoon, I think, if I'm correct, because I've been invited to a conference that talk about the project of the soul, people from Argentina and Spain, and that is going to be 20, 21, and 22, I believe, and that is going to be in my morning. So in the afternoon, this month, every Friday, I do have the free service. That is when you ask questions. And then some Saturdays, we're going to have light language activation. We do have the light language radio, that it was a project that I add on the page. So everyone from every language and religion could just catch up a little bit and then receive whatever you need. We still have the Heal and Circle meditation group at 5:55 a.m. and p.m. daily in the Facebook page. So if you would like to join, if you are in need of healing, I receive a lot of emails and messages that if I could pray for them, and I do it. I add them into the prayer that I do for my own things that I have. But do that. But at the same time, come and meditate with us, or meditate with whomever you trust and you like, and set your intentions so you support yourself, but also you support all others, the ones that you love, or maybe random people in the collective. So we are merciful with ourselves, but at the same time merciful with each other. The last couple announcements that I have, it is that we are just starting a 6 months course of light language. The enrollment is going to close the 7th of June, and we start with light language, channeling, and at the end is going to be the project of our soul. If you would like to know more, it's called Wayshore Masterclass. You guys can go in encodedfrequency.com, and the material includes a session with me monthly during the time that it lasts. The last thing, it is the 13th, I'm going to be interviewing Instagram in Spanish, and we're gonna talk about light language. So if you know someone that speaks Spanish like me that may be interested, then I'm gonna share the link later on my Facebook page. And at the end of the month, guys, by June 28th, June 23rd, June 29th, I feel like it's going to be a good time for us to activate your gifts. If you would like to, and I'm gonna go now with your questions that you have from you guys. The more specific the question, the better, and the more accurate the answer will be. If you ask a question like, A message for me, it's like going to a restaurant and then instead of choosing from the menu, just say the waiter, just bring whatever you have today. So the better, the more specific the question, the more accurate the answer will be. Oh, I like that. Thank you. Appreciated your comments. So the rest of the video, I would like to ask each of your higher self that everything that I exchange through my energy, through my aura, through my words, through my feelings, it is for the highest good of all, and any wisdom and healing that comes through can come through only if it is for the highest good of all. So I will ask to be a clear channel for unconditional love and pure source consciousness, and that you guys help me to express whatever I need to express in the way that it must be expressed for today, for all of us together as a gathering. Thank you. Let me see if I can see your questions. If I cannot see them, then type them again, please. Okay, Holly Joe is asking for lower back problems, symbolic or blocked, both. I don't know if you're still here, Holly, but lower back, it has to do with feeling support. It has to do a little bit with sexuality. It has to do with family. It has to do with the family or the people that you connect with, because support is connected to others. Like, I feel I have the world in my hands, or do I feel like we all share it, so it's easy for me to go because we're all holding hands, or I feel I'm doing the whole thing. I hope that makes sense. We had a little bit of problem in the connection, but we're back. Let me see if I can catch up with any of your questions. I will recommend a grounding meditation, holy, or a root chakra meditation. And I do have one with Archangel Ariel, but choose whoever you want to. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Cara, Christine. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Let me see if you can type your questions again. What is the best thing, Caroline Peters asks, that I can do for left hand swelling at my elbow? Okay, it has to do with the chemistry of your body, the way the hormones and every chemistry, every ingredient of your body. We do have protein. The protein will create enzymes, and the enzymes are going to be the transmitters for every information between each cell, and then each cell will connect in collectives, like the cells from our pancreas, our heart, our back, etc., etc. So it has to do with food. This is what I'm getting, but at the same time it has to do with mindset and mood. So all aspects of you are cohesively, and it's being manifested through things that you want to do but you're not doing yet, and you want to, but God said that it isn't time to do them. And at the same time it has to do with things from the past that you have perceived as wrongs, and it's being manifested in the body. So it's many things in one. Let me ask what we should do. Okay, what we should do. Okay, like changing your diet, like detox, like more water, like see what's working out for you. And then I'm seeing you like sleeping, relaxation, things more that your body is at ease. And then you guys are just saying like be present, like be in your body and honor every aspect of you. I hope that helps, Caroline. And I hope it is accurate. Let me see if I have any other give me a second. Let me see if I see any other question that you guys have. I still have 30 minutes for your question, or anyone that is in need of healing. Let me see. Well, Lisa said that she was thinking of me speaking Spanish. Yes, when I started doing light language, I had no idea what it was. I thought I was going nuts, and I was searching in the Spanish community, and I found very little information about it. And the information that it wasn't helping me and giving me the answers that I wanted. So it was when I started searching in English, and I found a lot of information in many different aspects, and it was how I started meditating in English when I even knew very little English. But at the same time, I think that helped me to not be in my mind, because I think a lot as a Virgo, and meditating in another language that it isn't your own, it's kind of like light language, because you just feel what's coming through instead of thinking, what do I need to do? And it was how I started. And then I had a reading that changed my life, Akashic Records reading, that I had readings before, but not like that one that I have, that answer all of my questions from all of the things that I were seeing. I was seeing demons, shadows, walking people, ghosts, angels, galactics. I mean, marvelous magical things and horrible scary things for like 6 months in a row. And I was speaking with them, and then when I would open my eyes between dreams, I was saying like what I was saying, and why they're connecting with me, and why they wake me up. And then I was just like upset or sad or frustrated. I went like to many, because I couldn't understand what was happening. And then I was seeing symbols everywhere. And then after that, Akashic Records that I had, she explained to me that I was doing light language, and it was part of the collective mission that my soul had it in store. And I was just like, what is that? Because when I wanted to imitate what's coming through, it was just like greetings greetings, Sam. It was just like nonsense, and it freaked me out. And the people that I asked for, they said that my frequency was low, that I had entities, that I wasn't seen, that I wasn't holy, and that freaked me more. and then that person explained to me, and her name is Debbie Solaris. She's now in Gaia. And then she explained to me that it was the language of the gods, that our ancient civilizations did it, that it was the same thing like doing yoga or mudras or Sanskrit words, that, or tongues, because I saw that in church, and at that time I saw that it was nonsense too. and it was how I made peace with it. And then I started practicing and listening to other light language speakers. And my favorite one, it was Eva Marquez, one that I was with in the last conference. I love her sweetness and gentleness and her light language, because some of the light language in YouTube that I was looking felt too strong or hard, and it didn't feel good in my energy. But Eva Marquez, you guys can look for it. I love her. She's Pleiadian, like the way you see her, and the light language that comes through, I think is the only one. And then I love Yantarahiro. I think he is Japanese, and I adore his light language. This is the only two persons that I listen light language. Used to. I don't anymore, but Yantarahiro, he does Arcturian light language. It's very fast, it's very strong, it's very powerful, and at the same time, sometimes he is like a mermaid, like, I don't know how to explain it. But now what I have been doing, I have been doing like an hour light language of my own with music that I haven't shared, and I do a playlist like for 12 hours, and then I put that in the background when I sleep. And I like it. It has been suiting me. When I started doing meditations, I didn't want to hear it myself because I was judging me. And then I was very surprised that people like my voice and my accent. I was just like, oh, but I don't want to listen because I would judge myself. And now I let that go, and I have listening to me, and I found that I give myself like sleep, like I sleep deeper and deeper. I don't know if that makes sense. People often tell me that I make them sleep, but now I am making my own medicine so I sleep better. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me see if you guys have any other questions. We still have 30 minutes. Or do you guys want me to share what happened in my dream? Into tequila, that I love it. I can share what I learned with you if you guys, it's a bit low, the sound, I know. I purchased another microphone, but when I do light language, my voice always tend to go low and low. Let me see if you guys have questions. Well, Karen says that, thank you for the advice. Have already started with your diet. Yes, it feels like releasing something in your body. Sounds okay. Have no questions yet. So if you have any questions from you guys, I will love to see what comes through. And if you are in need of healing, energy can come through all of my videos only if you request it. Something that I want to do as Greten, that is my name as a person, is I want to be cohesive with what I post, that I really practice. And sometimes it's hard to be merciful and compassionate and love and light with everyone else. And sometimes as an empath person, I kind of isolate myself because it isn't easy to be with a lot of people. But I always have thought that if I didn't want to feel people, I will allow myself to be in heaven or in the galaxy. But if I'm human and I have a body that feels, that tastes, that smells, that sense, that sometimes read minds, why I wouldn't use it in a way that feels good to be a human that has connections beyond the beyond. And if I go back and I share today in what I wrote, when I was born, I feel like I was in the wrong family. I couldn't believe they were my mom and my father and my brothers. I was always saying, and I had like 3, I think I'm adopted. I don't think I belong here. And I remember that my brother, that we are Hansel and Gretel, he would said, no, you look like my cousin Rosita. And I was just like, no, I don't look like you guys. I don't think I'm from here. And I was always having dreams with Arcturians and spaceships as a baby. I remember that I used to see dragons and beings, and I was always surrounded by angels, and I used to play speak with them. And then I noticed, seeing that my family was like, who's she talking to? And I was just like, so they don't see what I see? So they don't have those experiences that I have? And then I felt at my 3-year-old that it wasn't safe for people to know that I had a connection. So I remember that one day I closed my heart, my channel. I put like a hook. And after that, I stopped seeing things. I stopped talking things. I always had dreams, like premonitions, my whole life, that I choose to be something that I wasn't because it felt safe. And now that I have remembered that I have lifetimes that I have been in nursing homes, like for being crazy, I don't know exactly the word in English, but in Spanish it would manicomio. I understand why my toddler thought it was better to shut it down. But when you shut down who you are, your essence, you cannot tend to develop a personality that it is in your own. And this is what happened to me. I was calling myself Gretel, but I was telling everyone I was Carolina, that it is my second name. Because I hated that when I say Gretel, people say, what is Hansel? It's in the house. What is the breadcrumbs? And I was just like, oh. It was like annoying for me as a kid. So I one day said, you know what? I'm not going to be Gretel anymore. I'm going to be Carolina. So this is it. Everyone will call me, but I will still tell myself Gretel. My whole life, I have been Caroline, and I'm 42 years old. And I had a divine intervention in, I don't know, 8 years ago, I believe, or 9, 2012. I started seeing angels out of the blue, people with lights. I had no idea. I don't think I even believed in God back then. I just thought that God had forgotten me because I had so many problems, and I just said, fuck you. If you are there not to help me, just go and fuck yourself, right? I was mad with life, depression, etc., etc. And then I started seeing angels, and I was just like, what's going on? What's happening to me? And then I started seeing symbols, and I couldn't understand. Imagine someone that it's their eye opens and you have no background about anything. It's annoying and it's scary. And then the people that I was telling, they were saying that I was crazy. No, it isn't real. I'm not seeing an angel. It's just a cloud, bro. Which are just crazy. And I was just like, no, there's an angel in the cloud. Don't you see the wings? And it was kind of like life forced me to honor that human aspect that has connections beyond the beyond. And then when I stopped being afraid of my own awareness, it became the greatest gift for what I'm going to be remembered whenever I die. I never thought being on YouTube and Facebook. When I opened Facebook first time, it was because of the company that I was working. They wanted us to open a Facebook because I was selling cars. So I don't know if you guys have any idea, but I'm like a female, very masculine. I love cars, motors, like boxing fights, things like that. And if I'm driving and I see like a Lamborghini or something, I'm going to like, oh my god, that's so sexy. Like, look at those tires. So it's kind of like an aspect of me that I have. And then through encoded frequency and all of the things that happen that I always tell, I honor that awareness, and then it increased and increased and increased, and then it was hard to bond with people. And then I learned to bond with you guys through Facebook. I learned that people in Germany, in Africa, and in America, in Canada, and France, we all had the same thing or alike, and we could learn and hold each other's hands. Look, this is happening to me. It's happening to you. Oh yes, it is happening to me. Okay, so what are you doing? Well, I'm doing a detox diet, and that helps me, and whatever. And I said, oh my God, so I'm not the only one. There are many people like me that are gifted, that thinks they were born in the galaxy, that they can see angels and stuff. And it was how encoded frequency started, kind of trying to understand my own world, because each drawing, it's a piece of me. Because if someone says, I wanted you to draw a mantis being, I just have to tune into the mantis and connect and then feel it so I can draw it. I don't know if that makes sense. And then I feel like a piece of me is in each drawing, but at the same time, I am the bridge for each of you to connect with those aspects from beyond the beyond. And part of what I'm practicing right now this year, and this is part of what we are learning in the course. All the books that we have read and all the YouTube videos that we have seen, from Louis Hay to whatever you name it, that we all have been caught in the same things, integrated into one solid, stable channel. Thank you for being here. So I know where I am, I know how is everybody, and I can find my balance no matter what. But in order for that, I have to honor that human aspect. I have to feel, even that sometimes I say, oh, I don't want to feel that. But after I allow myself to feel and to blend with people, I like it. And this is what this trip was. I always had vacations to go into a hermit mood, we and my kids, into a place where I can listen to Gretel and then know what's going on within me, and then kind of heal and recalibrate. But this was all about being human. I went to the land of the mariachi, and then we were having food, drinks, tequilas in a cantina, and then mariachis were very hot. I didn't know. I only knew fat mariachis. But those mariachis were like, oh my God, can I follow you on Instagram? So we were yoking like in a human form, and then it felt good. It felt good that I could be gifted and honor my channel and all the things I know. And then people know that I am a little bit different than normal, that I can still be a human that feels good to be here in this time. Besides the economy and the war and all of the things that are happening and the things that will happening, I can feel that I'm not adopted or in the wrong planet, that I am what I'm meant to be because I found myself. And this is what I wanted to share. You guys didn't do any more questions, so I guess I need to share that. I wasn't scared to drink tequila this time because sometimes I said, oh, that's gonna blow my chakras, I'm not gonna drink it, right? But this time I drank and drink and drink and didn't get drunk, and then I dance and dance and dance, and then I eat whatever I feel like my body wanted to taste it. And we were 16 women in a tour, and I love it. I would see the similarity in each of the other 15 women, even though I didn't knew them. I just knew two from a long time ago. And it was good that I could keep my balance within what's happening in human life. I don't know if that makes sense, because I don't watch the news on everything. I'm kind of like hermit. Sometimes my family said, hey Gretel, do you know that the war started? And I was just like, oh no, what's happening, right? But this time, I am allowing myself to be human, but at the same time gifted, at the same time grounded in a way that feels good, so I could use it in community. Because this is what I was saying in the session before. If we don't do community, guys, there is no way going to New Earth by myself because I'm good and the others are not. We're all in this together because we're all each other. If we don't make community, sometimes it's hard with family or partner or with the city that you are, then let's adjust it. So every day feels better and better and better, no matter what your type of spirituality it is. Maybe you're a light language speaker, maybe you like to do mindfulness, maybe you like to do Buddhism. Maybe you're a Christian or Catholic, or just you have your own religion. It doesn't matter. There's some point in the middle where the God in me, that it is what really Namaste is, can greet the God in you. And instead of seeing how toxic you can be or wrong or how right I am, I can find a middle point which feels good to be with each other, even though we're going all through different things. And this is being merciful, not with the others, with me. Because when I hold the space for all things to be, I feel at balance no matter how many tequilas I drink or not, or if people is smoking next to me. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm going to end this. If you guys have no other question, I want to do a prayer. I'm going to say, don't hold yourself. Whatever your dream is, don't wait like, when I'm Reiki level 25, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have romance when I have my twin flame. I'm going to be a healer whenever I finish the 5 books that I'm reading. I'm going to be rich whenever, I don't know I heal all the ancestral karma. Don't wait for it. Do it now, because it's all in the now. Past and future doesn't exist. It's all illusions. And if Gretel is my illusion and encoded frequency is my illusion, why don't make that Gretel is the best illusion that I can have? And this is what each of you can do. Yes, so what is happening in your illusion? What you talk to yourself, what you feel with what's happening. And this is how we calibrate this earth that we have in this moment in time into the new earth that we are eager to be. And we can have it now, maybe little by little. Yes? So let's do like a prayer in light language and end with that. So set your intention. And I'm gonna do these in that language as if I'm God talking to a part of me that's split in a human form, because this is what I see it. I see that my race is human being, but it's source at the same time. So God in me, I ask you to be activated. Kavasa koro diri asa korikiri ashka de koro vasiki ashka. May in this moment feel the connection through every part of me, with that aspect that it is you, that is who I really am. Viki te sakoro, viki ashte sakova, ki ate sakoti eshka. And as I give myself permission in prayer, kiva sakoti kiara sakoti ashta, to be present, to be okay, or just present with who I am. Va kiete koro bati esako ashna. With all I have been, kivati kiseti kade para sorvari eshka. And in this moment in time, may I rectify any distortion, any energy that doesn't belong to me, any history that's holding me back. In this moment in time, choosing to be in alignment with all I want to become, with all I am already, past and consciously. Kiva kite sa korovari kiera sa koshkate ki esa. Miti ishteva sa koriyeshki sa teka ashka. So as I breathe, I sense that God that is in me active, in the tingling sensations in my body, in the sounds, in what I feel and what I'm thinking. And every pain, every wound, every worry that I have now, I can release it and give it to God. You guys can imagine that you have a pair of hands that may be your higher self, or whatever God or goddesses or galactic that you pray and says, I know I'm in the process of figuring out this that I'm perceiving as a problem, as a block, as a pain, as a wound. But I'm being open. If you show me the light, if you show me the door, the next step, what I need to do, I'm being open to shift, to be the projection of God in human form, that it is the solution of a different human being. So I can project today that all that it happened, and all that I do, and all that I speak, and all that I feel, it's in divine alignment with all that I am. And I would like for each of you to just close your eyes for a moment and open the eyes inside of you and bring the light in. And as you see the light, kivakia tesoro korovara trikiashka sakumaki ikiana. As you sense, taste, imagine what would taste like or smell like God, universe, whatever you want to call it, with you, interwoven with your experiences, your extension in a human form. Imagine yourself that you have a mirror that you can see how you really look like, and create it if you're not seeing anything. And for every problem that you have, every block, just request divine intervention, knowing that you are supported at all time, that you are guiding yourself, and you are also the one being guided. Seeing beings of light in front of you as the north, having the alchemy of earth, seeing beams of light in your back, having the south direction, and having the element of water, seeing beams of light in your left, in the element that it is fire, and in the east element, and on the west you will have the element of fire to transmute all of the things that do not feel good right now. So the north gives to the south to the east to the west, the light to the shadow to the light, the future from the past from the future, and as all aspects of you, including your right side, your left side, what is above, what is below, what is within, and what it is outside, including divine masculine and feminine. You're going to allow yourself to find a balance and harmony. And this is a moment for you to make your own prayer within, from God to a God. Kite koro sava kite kiasa koti eshkava kite kiara asako. Ti enesa kovare kiara kasa koreteri kiasa koriki ashka. Vava kiete esako nama ti seko koti kiesa koti ashtava koti esakani eka ashna. And now we ask for the light of God, universe of source, to become one with all that we are. Synchronicity of life, not having more or less, not missing or having extra. Fukuti ise tekiara ashka te ese ki eshkani iki ina. And now grounding, having the north, the south, the east, the west, what they are meant to be, in all timelines, in all directions, being rectified in 1 second, and using the elements of Gaia to ground with ease and grace. It's the fire, the air, the earth, and the water become one in your own center. The God that is in you says that may this transmission be valuable, and that you could receive seeds of light and love abundantly that will ground and anchor your spirit, grow and spread for the highest good of all. And so it is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you. Oh, It was good. I like ended up being blue. Like I started being orange because I was very excited, talking about all of the things that I drink, dance, and that's so good. Appreciate it. For the ones that are my Facebook supporters that you guys donate, it's like $1, I think. That it is that in every live stream ask you, do you want to support in quarter frequency? I'm going to do a live stream for you guys tomorrow, Saturday. I'm not sure the time, but if you don't have to be alive, don't worry about it. You can just go ahead later on and catch up. For the ones that are with me in the class, I'm eager to meet the new ones that just joined. And for the others, please contact me so we set our own one-of-one in the masterclass. I wanted to do those sessions before the summer solstice, so we're all even in whatever things. Praise God. Yes, that's it. But praise this God that I am and you are, because when we ask someone else's, we lower our frequency. Like I used to say, I can't use mind control technique because I was scared of the entities. But when I do that, I'm affirming and decreting that I'm weak, so I need protection. That if I said, if God is with me, who will be against? That is the most powerful thing we can say in the morning, because we trust ourselves, and maybe the others doesn't deserve our trust, but as long as it's given to us, whatever there arises, you will figure out. Whether if you got upset or sad, it's fine. Sometimes we just need 10 minutes of meditation to recharge, reset, and then go for it. But going for it, it's, remember this month that we have the Cancer energy that is extremely sensitive, is your love. Patient, merciful, at the same time, funny, humorous, caring to yourself, but also to each other, because we're all going through a lot, guys. Sometimes we don't know what the other is going through, and maybe that person doesn't deserve your mercy, but your body does, your chakras, your soul. That peace is stolen when we allow someone else's to take that from us when we engage with a trigger. It's all about what we are choosing, and it's fine. Everything is fine. It's part of the journey. Just shift through your intuition into what feels good for you and what you should do, and that's all. If the majority of the time life feels good, we got this. I think we're not here to be perfect. We're here to be everything, to feel, to cry, to fall, to stand up, to do whatever we want to, in whatever way it feels like the right for me, because remember, we're all different, but at the same time we're all connected. So whatever you can do for someone else, that sometimes it is being patient or holding back or not talking to them or saying no, I don't think so, setting boundaries. There are many ways to help each other, but use your intuition, because this is where God will speak to you. Meditation daily, guys, and whatever time you want to do it, but for me, morning and night. I do need that reset. And nothing. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.